Okay, Ajahn, we were asking Dajjang about Kamma.
Is the
大壮，
Kamma
现在
now? Is the Vipaka now?
有
yes,
That's why we learn to understand what is there this moment now. So what is the first moment in life? Kamma or Vipaka?
Vipaka.
Why is Vipaka? Because nobody can choose any plane to be born at all. Each moment is conditioned. So there can be understanding of the truth of each moment, little by little. After birth, what citta is there?
Bhavanga Chitta.
By the same Kamma or different Kamma?
The same Kamma.
Can there be just only Bhavanga all day?
No.
Why not? We just talk about the Patisanticitta and the moment of Bhavanga followed. Whether it's conditioned by the same Kamma or different Kamma, the Bhavanga and the Patisanticitta. Just Patisanticitta and Bhavanga, on and on and on, just born to live. That's why we learn to understand from moment to moment, beginning from the birth moment and the Bhavanga. We have to understand from the very beginning of each moment in life. Can the Kamma, which condition Bhavanga, different from the Kamma, which condition Patisanticitta?
Okay. The same.
That's why to be born a cat, it has to be a cat by that Kamma until death. Kamma condition birth to live on and on until death by same Kamma. The Patisanticitta, the Bhavanga, and the death consciousness Juticita must be conditioned by the same Kamma. But the Kamma which condition birth consciousness and Bhavanga condition not just only that, it also condition other moment which is the result of the same Kamma as well. Just moment of birth and Bhavanga is not enough to be the result of that Kamma. So what are other moments of the results of the same Kamma which condition birth and Bhavanga? So the same Kamma which condition birth consciousness and Bhavanga can also condition the moment of seeing in that life as its result. To be born as human being, the result of kusala Kamma. So the seeing moment, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching should be moment of kusala vipaka, experiences only the pleasant object. And the other Kamma also condition other moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, and pleasant object too. So the Kamma is covered up and the Vipaka is also covered up, because who knows this moment, whether it's time of what kind of Kamma, the same Kamma as the Pratisanti or the different Kamma. That's why, can anyone know what Kamma conditioned this moment of seeing or hearing? It's not.
No.
But it's just understanding what is the Kamma and what is the result. Because just born to live, to see, to hear, and on and on. But after seeing and hearing, it's not Kamma. It's the moment of kusala and akusala accumulated to be conditioned to arise after seeing, hearing, and so on. No one can make kusala vipaka or akusala vipaka to arise at a certain time. All depends on Dhamma. But at moment of experience and pleasant object, the condition for its arising has to be the akusala kamma. In what life and what kind of kamma is not known. But begin to understand each moment as no one or Adama's conditioned to be by so different conditions, near condition or the far condition. So does anyone know what karma condition seeing and hearing right now?
I think that is a bit not clear about loba still get accumulated.
Talking about loba now or not now?
Because the confusion of accumulation of loba.
Little by little, what does Tajung like?
He liked the traditional Chinese writing.
Okay, what about yesterday? Did he like these two?
Yes.
And tomorrow he still like it?
Not sure.
Really? So he changed, right?
Sometimes I don't feel like it.
Does he like what is seen and seeing, hearing, and the sound and the five sense of objects?
Yes.
That's why we have to understand each moment of each reality. For the anagami, the panya of that degree does not condition any attachment to any object of the five doorways. How can there be that moment of becoming anagami, no more attachment to the five sense doors object? Is it possible not to have any attachment to the sensuous object as before? When will there be such degree of understanding which has no more attachment to the sensuous object?
Sorry, to the degree of understanding Dhamma anatta.
How come? Can it be developed?
Yes.
Is it now developing?
Yes.
So no doubt about the accumulation of what is there, little by little, no matter kusala or akusala. Right now,
Yes.
no doubt anymore. But right understanding is not strong and firm enough. That's why we listen again and again to understand how much understanding is there of what is now appearing. So understanding the truth, the nature of this moment is only the first round of Ariya Satya. And now there is the understanding of Kamma and Vipaka. But this level of understanding, the intellectual understanding, is not enough because it's not yet the moment of understanding the nature of what is there as not self. So is it possible to really understand the quality, the nature of seeing as no one and nothing at all? So at moment of experience Kamma, what is the nature of that?
At the moment of experience, Kamma, the nature is the intention.
Can it be known? Can it be realized? Can it be directly experienced?
It can be realized. It does not belong to anyone.
That's why it's such a barami. Whatever is heard and studied now can be object of realization. The third round of the Ariya Satya. Without learning to be truthful to the truth of this moment, how can there be true to the reality when it appears? So now, it's not yet realizing the nature of Cetana or Kamma, but it can be when there is more understanding to let go, clinging, wishing, wanting to experience such and such, but the understanding of anatta gets clearer and clearer little by little.
Yes, this is very important. Yeah.
Is that Kamma now? Does it arise with each moment of Citta?
Yes.
When it arises with seeing, what kind of Cetana is there?
vipaka.
Yeah. Can the cetana which arises with seeing condition any result?
No,
Why not?
because it's already a vipaka, not a Kamma to condition future vipaka.
That's it, because Kamma condition it to arise to be the result, so it cannot be conditioned for further result. Where it is deep sleep, is there cetana?
Yes, there is.
That's why there are two kinds of cetana. Sahachata Kamma Pajaya. What is it? And Saha means together, and Chata is arise. It arises together with Chitta, any moment. So at moment of birth, what kind of Cetana is there? It performs the function of Cetana, which is not Kamma, which will produce result, isn't it? At moment of thinking, what Cetana is there?
Could be kusala cetana or akusala cetana.
Can it condition or produce its result instantly? Only Kamma, which as soon as it fallen away, it conditioned its result instantly, is lokuttara Kamma only.
Dazhong was giving example. It seems the result is there immediately because the harsh word to each other immediately follow.
What result is there after the harsh words?
Receive the harsh word immediately.
Really? Instantly? Or after many chittas fallen away? In between?
Yes, there are many chittas arising and passing away.